All right, this is a really good one. This comment comes from Just Claus 8746. He says, girls initially find me interesting, but I have a hard time keeping them interested. They always ghost after a few days of texting or dates. What's the problem? So, if you're able to get out on a date, Just Claus, and then you find that the women lose interest or they start to ghost you, it's probably because you failed to escalate properly. All right. This was something that I really struggled with, and it was a big reason why I avoided girls when they showed a lot of interest in me, especially when they were attractive, because I did not like the feeling of fumbling, which is a little bit different than getting rejected, right? I got more comfortable with being rejected, but fumbling, it like really hurt something deep inside. Like, oh God, something's so wrong with me that this girl who was so on board suddenly changed and decided to go another direction, right? It sucks, it hurts, but only for a little while and only if you allow it to hurt, all right? Now, like I said, I feel as if your problem is going to be escalating improperly or simply just being unattractive. The golden rule when it comes to women is be attractive, don't be unattractive. And not being unattractive is far more important than actually being attractive. It sounds like you have the attractive part down, but you have a set of behaviors which aren't that desirable when it comes to women. And that's not a bad thing. It's not that you are not desirable. You have a set of behaviors, and you can just simply stop behaving that way. All right. That is a solution, and that is the solution. Now, the other thing that it may be is that, and I guess this really is just like it falls under the same category of being unattractive, but not escalating properly. When you are able to get a woman out on a date, or you're having these texting conversations and the sparks are flying and you guys are enjoying it, but you don't escalate, you don't take things to the next stage, it's almost as if you would like to be friends, right? It's almost as if you don't feel like you could be responsible for her, or you don't feel like you could be responsible for what would happen after you guys have sex. Okay? And giving off those messages, simply put, is not attractive. Okay? When you start to fall into the category of a friend, guess what? She's probably not looking for another friend. She probably started talking to you because you were attractive and she wanted some dick. Or maybe she wanted a boyfriend, but not necessarily just a girlfriend with a penis, right? Not a friend. And if you are almost casting yourself into that role when you don't escalate, or when you are texting in a more platonic manner, she is going to lose interest because of that reason. And again, that falls into the category of being unattractive. All right. There are two currencies in a relationship. There is sexuality, attraction, really like getting her hot. And then there's going to be comfort, like friendship, being platonic. All right. You need both to have a successful relationship. But the catch is, and this is like a balance, when you start to do one, it burns up the currency of the other. When you're being like super hot and sexual and you're pushing for taking things into the next level or getting into the bedroom, it's going to destroy comfort. It's going to give you a little bit more anxiety or excitement. And that's good. That's like necessary for sex. But if there's not enough comfort, well, then she's not going to be willing to take that risk of sleeping with you. Vice versa, if you're only giving her comfort, well, then you're killing all the sexual energy between you two. You're starting to be more like a friend and less like a lover, okay? And you need to start adopting a worldview, adopting a frame in which women want to have sex, in which women love having sex, especially with you. And you're going to find it a lot easier to say those things or to do those behaviors, which naturally escalate the conversation to actually get you where you're trying to get to, right? Or to like actually take the relationship to the next level, which is going to involve having sex and getting intimate with one another. Hopefully, Just Claus, you got something good out of this video. For anybody else watching, leave a comment down below. Might be able to respond to you just how I kind of responded to this comment. Besides that, like, subscribe, share this with a friend. And if you want to be able to land your first date in the next 30 days and start to learn how to build up frame, click on the link in the description below. It's going to take you to an online community filled with other single men. It's completely free. And inside, you're going to find a 30-day challenge, which is going to outline the steps you need to take to be able to land your first date in the next 30 days. Besides that, that's all I have. See you guys in the next one.